Dear Taurus, the month begins with a full moon forming in your 7th house. The full moon here, my darlings, is mixed. It can differ from person to person, each according to their situation. Because note, the full moon is in Scorpio. On one hand, it's a full moon, and there's nothing wrong with that, but on the other hand, the moon reaches its fullness in the house of its fall. So, if you are in a toxic romantic relationship or a romantic relationship you shouldn't persist in maintaining, this full moon could be the straw that breaks the camel's back, so to speak. It could be the last thing you're able to tolerate, and you'll feel you've reached the conclusion that you need to end this relationship. But this won't necessarily be negative. For some, simply if they aren't going through such a situation, if they are in a positive relationship and things are going well, the full moon here can show a change and transformation of that relationship towards a better place. It might take on a more serious character. There could be a development or evolution of this relationship. So the key word here is that certain things in your romantic relationships or your social relationships may reach their peak, and you will reach conclusions, whether in a negative or positive direction, each according to their situation. On the 3rd, Mercury moves over your ascendant. Mercury's passage over the ascendant tends to improve material circumstances. Expect your material affairs to improve from the 3rd onward. For you with Taurus rising, if you have a business will also be going as well as possible, and romantic opportunities will increase. On the 6th, Pluto begins its retrograde, and this movement occurs in your 10th house. Pluto's retrograde in the 10th house invites you to reconsider certain power dynamics in your professional environment. How are your relationships with your superiors at work? Is there a certain form of control? Is there a certain form of domination? Is there a certain form of hidden power or soft power in the professional environment, or not? These are things you might find yourself confronted with, or that you need to reconsider in how you deal with your superiors at work. On the 16th, a new moon forms on your ascendant. This birth is likely to bring you new opportunities in all areas of your life, particularly social opportunities, and opportunities related to learning new things or developing new skills in your life. This could simply amount to the start of a new exercise program, or focusing your efforts in a specific direction to get the results you're looking for. On the 17th, Mercury moves into the money house. Mercury's transit through this house is another indication of improving finances in your natal chart, especially if you have a business, or if you are an entrepreneur. But whether you are or not, financial conditions are improving, because Mercury is the ruler of the money house in your natal chart. So when it enters the house it rules, it strengthens it, and thus money improves. On the 19th, Mars moves over your ascendant. You will notice that from the 19th onward, your health will begin to improve. If God has preserved you, and you have recently faced some difficulties, you'll find your health generally starting to get better. You Tauruses, pay attention to your health. This is very important, if you need to take care of your health. So if God has preserved you, and you've recently suffered from some health issues, from the 19th onward, it will begin to improve remarkably. You'll find your energy has strengthened, you have more determination, more willpower, more resolve than ever before. You'll find stress has decreased, tension has diminished to some extent. You'll feel more at ease and ready to take initiatives and start new things. As for Venus, which rules your ascendant, it will move into your 3rd house, also starting on the 19th. Venus's presence here can indicate a good social time, a pleasant social time. Venus's presence in this house also highlights the development of artistic skills. So if you have a desire to develop artistic skills, the circumstances are favorable for that from the 19th onward. On the 31st, a full moon forms in your 8th house. If you have a matter related to an inheritance or a matter related to shared money with others that you've been trying to work on for some time without finding the desired result, normally, by the end of this month and beyond, you will begin to find the desired results, God willing.